The Mini Corval Library is located in Quebec City, Quebec, designed by Dan Hanganu and CLC architects. Previously a church, Saint Denis du Plateau is now converted to a library as a tribute to the writer who this building was named after. The geometry followed the history of the church. They wanted to preserve the idea of the church's monumental volume by having a tent-like form anchored to the ground with tensioners. To accentuate the fluidity of the volume, the soffit above the window is replaced by a glass panel, allowing the beam to visually and seamlessly extend to the exterior base, having that visual continuity. Other elements that represented the previous intention was colored glass, staircases, and floor surfaces that imitated the cathedral's colored stained glass. The volume replacing the previous hall is finished in a clear silkscreen glass panel. This was to create a void, marking the transition from old to new. The architects build under the transparency and reflection by having strong, vibrant colors of the 1960s at the ends of the building, contrasting the whiteness from the form of the original church. The Dresden's Military History Museum is located in Dresden, Germany, designed by the architect Studio Lebenschken. The architect's intention, as I quote, was to create a bold interruption, a fundamental dislocation, to penetrate the historic arsenal and create a new experience. They did not want to preserve the museum's facade and wanted to create something that engaged the public deeply into the issue of how the city's fate are intertwined with the organized violence in the military's history. The 5-story, 200-ton wedge of glass, concrete, and steel sliced through the center of the original structure, creating an openness and transparency through the rigidity of the existing building which interrupts the symmetry. This represented the way the Germans' democracy pushed aside the country's authoritarian past. The extension was a symbol of Dresden's resurrection between the tradition and innovation, of the new and old interpretations of the military history, and as a cornerstone of a new path. The Dresden's History Museum expression of intention was more valuable. Although Mini Corvo respected the building by keeping the historical form, the architect's intention for the museum was to boldly interrupt and look into the issue of Germany's history, which strongly impacted the community.